precious metals. Authorities believe the 48 kilograms of gold were destined for cross-border trade and that a syndicate may be operating across the continent. The walls to this lavish property in Springs on the East Rand had to be bulldozed after police received a tip-off that the owners were illegally dealing in gold. Scanners, melting pots and a fleet of luxury vehicles found at the premises are yet to be confiscated. 3 other homes, also in the upmarket complex, were raided. Ammunition and melting pots were also found.
It's a transnational syndicate, and we believe that we have actually hit where it hurts because we are dealing with high-profile people here, and that is why we are very much adamant as the Hawks to make sure that we deal with the situation once and for all.
Now, for more on the story, we're joined in the studio by reporter Chriselda Lewis, who witnessed the dramatic bust. A very good evening to you, Chriselda. Describe to us what you saw.
Actually, it's unlike anything I've ever seen. We've covered several raids, but you could see these palatial properties and, security that you could clearly see millions were spent on in order to cover up what was really happening behind the high walls. What we saw there was, in one of the instances, 2 properties that were bought next to each other, and to make space for the illegal activity that was taking place there, scanners which clearly indicate that the employees were working, melting some of the gold on these premises. Before they came in and went out of this property, they had to be scanned as well. And the ammunition that was found at several of these other upmarket properties as well really raised eyebrows with neighbors as well. Some of them saying to us, with one of the properties that you just showed, where the security is so beefed up. One person said that you couldn't even get close to one of these houses. It was impossible to see anybody come in and out of this property. They were very suspicious of the activity there, but eventually police received a tip-off about what was happening in some of these homes, and they managed to do several of these raids today.
Chriselda, have any arrests been made? And talk to us about where the police investigations are at.
It clearly seems that this investigation is continent-wide for Bakshani, on the basis that police believe that this trade, the gold, for example, that was seized today was destined for across the border. They're unable to say which country at this stage, but they're certainly working with authorities as well in other countries to try and establish how exactly the syndicate is operating from South Africa. But, police are saying that they've been investigating this for the past 18 months. They expect to make arrests. They did mention over 20 people that have been arrested so far over the past 18 months illegally dealing in precious metals. They're expecting as well. But the interesting part about this, Bakshani, is that they're also linking it to, you would recall an incident a few weeks ago where there were some zamazamas or illegal miners that were trapped at a mine on the East Rand. You'd find that many of these houses are on the East Rand, and it's believed that some of these zamazamas or illegal miners are selling some of this gold to some of these houses that have been set up to melt some of this gold there.
Thank you very much for that insight. That was our reporter, Chriselda.